My name is James and I will be taking you through this tutorial. By the end of this tutorial, you will have learned how to create a new work schedule or a new project in Microsoft Project Professional, how to create a custom project calendar, how to define working and non-working time, and how to set working and non-working days for your project. Now, for the purposes of this tutorial, we will use a popular project management case, or rather a case study known as the Red Zuma project. Now, I have the case study in a PDF format and the file can be accessed from my website. Now, I want you to pause this video if you do not have that file, because we'll be referring to it every other time as we proceed with our tutorial. Now, the download link is available in the description section of this video, so go ahead, download it and come back. Now, I hope you have downloaded the Red Zuma project case study. Now, let's get started. I have here Project Professional open, and on the left side is a list. Here is supposed to be a list of the recent projects. That means the projects that we have created, or we had created earlier using this software. Now, you can see here the software is telling us that we haven't opened any projects recently. To browse for a project, start by clicking on Open Other Projects. Now, if I click on this, I can be able to open other projects that are located in my computer's hard disk. But that is not what I want us to do. So click on this arrow to go back. Now, if you look at the right side of the screen, we are given 4 options for now. We can create a blank project, or we can create a new project from an existing project. We can also create a new project from Excel workbook, and we can also create a new project from SharePoint tasks list. I want us to click to create a new project, which is a blank project. So click on blank project. Now, when the project is created, this is the screen that opens. On this side, you can create your tasks, specify the duration, specify the start time, the start date, and the finish date, and the predecessor or the successor of your task. Then on this other side, the one that I am highlighting, this is where the progress of your project can be seen, a graphical representation of the project duration and how it relates to other projects. Basically, what will be created on this side is a bar chart, popularly known as a Gantt chart. Now, let's go to File and click on Save As and specify. I want us to save the project on our computer, so I will save it on my flash disk and I'll call it Red Zuma project. When you are saving, make sure you have selected under Save As type as project, this one, then click Save. So after the project is saved, we come back here and let's go to the PDF that we downloaded, the Zuma project case study, and see what it says. We are told the ARC company specializes in developing and selling a wide range of high quality scooters. So I hope I'm not going to waste time reading all this information. Go down to this part 1 here that tells you that you are a member of a project team and there is something that you are supposed to do. What we want to do right now is we should specify in our schedule that the project begins at this date, and then we have the holidays that we are supposed to create in the project as, or rather set them as non-working days, and all these are the information that is here. So I want us to go back to our project and go up here on the project tab and then click on change working time, and when this opens you can see we have a calendar here. We have 24 hours calendar, we have a night shift calendar, and we have a standard project calendar. Now I want us to create a new project and let it be a copy of the standard calendar, and then name that new base calendar as Red Zuma project calendar, and click OK, and then click OK. We have created a new calendar. We need to set that new calendar as the calendar for our project. So what do? We go back to the project tab, this one that is open here, and then click on project information. When that opens, there is calendar here. So it's our calendar for the project is set as standard. I want us to change this to the new calendar that we have created, the Red Zuma calendar. Click on it, then click OK. Now going back to this information, we are told that our project begins the 2nd of January 2015. So go back to project information. Here is the start date. So change the start date, click on this part, then go to, should be January 2, 2015. So 2015. January, it's here, 2nd, which is on a Friday. Click OK, and then the following holidays are observed. January 1. For us to set the holidays, we need to change a working day in our calendar to a non-working day. So what we do is we go back to, still on the project tab, we go back to change working time, and then if you look at this legend, working days are marked as this shade and working days and the others. Now for us, we have an unworking day, which is January 1 is a holiday. So we go to 2015 January 1, and we set it as a holiday. So click down here, type holiday, and click enter. Now after we've done that, you see project tells us that the first day of January 2015 is set to an unworking day on our project calendar, that the one we have chosen, which is Red Zuma project calendar. Now go back. Martin Luther King Day is observed on the 3rd Monday in January. So this is January. The first Monday is this, the second Monday, and the third Monday. So this is Martin Luther King Day. Then there's a Memorial Day, which is the last Monday in May. So we go to May, February, March, April, May, and we are told last Monday in May is a Memorial Day. Last Monday in May, first, second, third. Last Monday in May is on 25th. It's a Memorial Day. Click set to an unworking day. July 4th is a holiday. Go to July 4th is a holiday, and you notice that July 4th on our calendar is already an unworking day, and the instructions here tell us that if a holiday falls on a Saturday, then Friday will be given an extra day off, and if it falls on a Sunday, then Monday will be given as a day off. So for us here, our holiday falls on an unworking day, which is Saturday, so we will designate Friday as a day off or as a holiday. So for us, we will set 3rd of July as a holiday, and then the next holiday is a Labor Day on the first Monday in September. So we go to September, and the first Monday is this one. We set it to Labor Day. And Thanksgiving Day is the 4th Thursday in November. So we go to November, 4th Thursday. This is the 1st, 2nd, and 4th. Set that to Thanksgiving Day. The last holiday is December 25th. December 25th is a holiday. We have set our unworking days in the base calendar that we have created. So I want you to click on these options, and you can choose when your day starts. Like for this project, my day starts on Sunday, my week starts on Sunday, sorry. The fiscal year starts in January. This is the time format that I want, and work starts from 8 AM to 5:00 PM, 8 hours per day, 40 hours per week, and 20 days per month. So make sure to check all these options. Like I have here, duration is entered in days and working hours. So look at these settings here, and after you have customized them, you can click on OK, and then click on OK to save our calendar. Now we are through with this part, and I hope you have found the video helpful. In the next lesson, I will show you how to create tasks, how to specify task durations and task relationships. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to build a task list, how to add task summaries, task durations, how to specify start and finish dates, and predecessors and successors. And this is the list of the tasks that we are supposed to enter in our project, I'll start by creating a task summary. So I'll go to tasks, then up here there is summary, and then I'll double click on that and write Red Zuma project. So take your time and have all these tasks plus their durations entered in a Microsoft project. Next task is detailed marketing plan, taking 15 days. Detailed marketing plan, this is taking 20 days. After manufacturing study, we have product design selection, which is 10 days. Marketing plan 15 days. This is 10 days. This is 15 days. Then we have manufacturing process 30 days. Manufacturing process is going to take 30 days. And number 8 is detailed product design, taking 45 days. Detailed product design, taking 45 days. Detailed product design, and this is taking 45 days. We have build prototypes, taking 25 days. Build prototypes is taking 25 days. Type 25 days. The next is lab test prototypes. And that one is taking 10 days. Install production equipment. Install production equipment. Product equipment installation is taking 35 days, and then finally people will celebrate when the project is over, and this one is taking 1 day. So if you notice, we have been entering the task name and specifying the task duration. For the first summary task, it is scheduled automatically And what this does is, this summary, its duration depends on the duration that all these other activities are going to take. And so for us to be able to get the total time taken for the project to get completed, we need to put the predecessors, so that we will have now specified the start and finish dates for every activity. If we go back to this, we are told that product design, its predecessor is number 2. So let's go back and add them. Product design is this. This is number 2. This is number 2. You notice when we add the predecessors, the start and finish dates are coming in automatically. That is because we have already specified the duration that those tasks are going to take. So let's go on and add all of them. This is 8, this is 9, this is 9, 7, 10 and 11. This is 7, 10, 11. The next is 12, the other one is 13. So this is 12, this is 12, this is 13. Install production equipment, which is taking that 5 days, as a predecessor number 14, and is given a finish to start lag of 20 days, and 15 given a finish to start lag of 30 days. So I'll first write them as 14 and 15, and then I'll go back and double click on for that predecessor. Then I'll select, after the task information has been activated, I'll select this tab, predecessors, and then at number 14, this is supposed to be finished to start, and it's taking how many days? 20 days. So right here 20 days, 20 days, and the other one I'll write 30 days, then click OK, and you see it has already updated itself. Then the last one is 6 and 16. So right here 6 and 16. Now what we've done is we have specified what task depends on another one for it to be performed. That is what we are calling the predecessor successor relation. So on this side is our task names and duration, start and finish dates, and the predecessor. On this other side we have our Gantt chart. So let me zoom in. Let me zoom on this space so that we can see the chart that we have created. So this is it. This is how the activities relate to each other. Now for the purposes of this video, we will be required to answer some questions like, when is the project getting complete? Now if you look at our project, we have a summary task, and all these other tasks are subtasks to the summary. So our finish date is supposed to be the last date that is given here. So if you look at this, it is not very clear, but if you come back to here, you can see this is the finish date on 8th of January, I think 2016. The same can be obtained from our summary here. This is the finish date if you look at this point. And to answer the question, the duration that the project is going to take, if you look at this, duration for the summary task is 260 days. And then Microsoft Project Professional also helps us to be able to establish what we call the critical path, and that is the critical activities together with the non-critical activities. So if you go activity task tab and then under view, this place, click on this drop down and change the view to network diagram. Now you can see some of these tasks like market analysis is highlighted in red. This means that this task is a critical task, and manufacturing study highlighted in blue is an uncritical task. So for us to establish the critical path, we will follow along the red arrows and the tasks that have been highlighted in red, and that forms our critical path. So that is it for this video. In this third lesson of our tutorial, I am going to show you how to format and share your plan with other project stakeholders. Now when we are finished editing our project, we need to share this information that we have created with other parties that we are working with on the same project. And I want us to add some columns in our schedule, and I'll start with the earliest start time for the project, then I'll go to the latest start time, I'll go to the early finish and late finish, then I'll add the slacks. So let's get started. So I'll come here, right click on insert column and type early start, and then the next one is insert column late start. Click on late start. So right click, select insert column, and the next one is early finish. The other column should be late finish. Now when we are done with that, we go to columns for the slacks. So right click, select insert column and type start, then I'll select start slack, do the same again, and this time around finish slack, and the last column is insert is our total slack. Okay, so if you look at our project, we have new columns that we have inserted, and all this information is going to help us to manage our project better. And now after doing this, I want us to do something else here. Let me adjust this. I want us to change the font of our writings. So let's go to the format tab up here. This is the format tab, click on it, and then click on text styles. When text style is open, items to change, make sure you have selected all items, and then under font type times New Roman, click, let it be regular, font number 10, and click OK. So I think font number 10 looks very small. You can adjust that to font number 11, click OK. Then I can adjust these columns, adjust the columns. make this smaller, make this also smaller, make this smaller also, and the duration column also adjust. That is fine. So after that, I want us to go back to text styles, and under items to change, click on that drop down and select summary tasks. Then for the summary task, we will have the font style as Times New Roman, and the font as Times New Roman. The style is bold, font size number 11, and click OK. So you see this one here changes. Okay, go back to the format tab again, format tab, and this time round I want us to click on grid lines, and then select grid lines, and below here lines to change, select sheet columns. This is the type of line that I want. Then I want to change this color to this shade of blue and click OK. You see the changes have been reflected there. Now if you go back to our reference file, and look at the order of the tasks or the activities for our project, they have a numbering. They have a numbering from 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, that way. So we go back to our project, and under the format tab you will find this here. So check this box, outline number, and if you look at our project, these numbers have been added. You can also activate any of these other boxes if you want to edit anything. So that having been done, I want to show you how you can share now this information in another format that can be opened by any other person, even if they are not working or they are not using project professional software. So the first thing is to share the Gantt chart. This is, if you go back to task, this is the Gantt chart view, the one that is activated. I want you to go to file, and down here select print. You will see this preview that appears here. This is our information. Then below the here, select the printer as one of these printers. I want to use Bluebeam PDF, so that means I'm creating a PDF file. If you don't have Bluebeam PDF, you can look for any other PDF creating software that you have installed, and make sure you have selected it as your printer, and leave everything else. Under settings, make sure you select entire project, and the pages have a landscape orientation. And then after doing that, go to page setup here, click on page setup, and page setup opens. I want you to change under page, I want to change the paper size. So click on this drop down, and then select, let us use A3, let's try A3, click OK. And if you look at our preview, we will be having two pages, one with the tasks, the other one with the chart. I want it to fit in one page, so I'll go back to page setup, and I'll select a bigger page, paper size like A2, click OK. and everything now fits in one page. Then after that, I will click on this button here, print, and my PDF will be created. It's printing. Now I want the file to be named as Gantt chart red Zuma project, and I want it to be stored in this folder tutorials. So I'll click save. Then it's going to be saved. After saving, this is the PDF that we have created. So now you can go ahead and share this with other project team members. They will be able to know when a certain activity is starting, how long it's taking, start and finish dates, and all the other information. So let's go back to our project and click on this back arrow, which takes us back to the Gantt chart view. And the next thing I want us to do is to share the network diagram. So where is the network diagram? So make sure task tab is clicked on. Then under that there is this view. Click on Gantt chart view. Then you can see the other views that are available, and I want us to select network diagram. When we select network diagram, this is our network diagram with the critical path highlighted in red. So what I want us to do is to share this, to print this to PDF, so that we can be able to send it to the other project team members. And we will do the same. Go to file, select print, and under printer, this is what I have selected. I will print the entire project in landscape orientation page, and the page setup, click on page setup, and under page I will change the paper size. Let me try A3, click OK. I'll be having 5 pages. I want to minimize the number of pages, so let me go back to page and select A2. What is A2? ISO A2. Click OK. Now that gives me a total of 4 pages. So after that is selected, you can see the preview here. This is page 1, this is page 2, this is page 3, and page 4. I think we will be having a page that is blank, and I don't want that to happen. So probably we can go back here and change this to A3, back to A3. Click OK. Let's see what happens. This is page 2, page 3, page 4. That's okay. So I will print it, then I'll save it as network diagram red Zuma project under tutorials. Click save. So this is our network diagram in PDF format. We'll be able now to send this via email to other members. We can print it and pin it in our notice boards, so that every other person can now align themselves with the program that we have. Now, having done that, I trust that you are now able to create a project schedule add the tasks, and be able to share your work plan with any other person that needs to get that information. So this marks the end of our video tutorial. In this video, I want us to discuss how to set up project resources and then assign those resources to the tasks that we created in the other videos. Now, before we proceed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you will be notified when I post new content. I want us to go to this part here under View and change the view from Gantt chart. Change the view from Gantt chart to Resource Sheet. Now, resources are what is required or what is consumed for the project to be implemented. You are looking at a construction project. You will require resources such as workers, which are maybe masons, or laborers such as site supervisors. You require materials such as cement, sand, ballast, roofing nails, and the rest. And for us here, I already have a predefined task list that I want, not a task list, but find the resource list that I want us to put in our MS project, and I'll start by typing them so you can follow along. The first resource is a marketing specialist. So type and then click on enter. Now you notice that when you type the resource name and click on enter, these other columns fill themselves automatically. Now I want us to concentrate on this column about type. Now if you click on this drop down list, you find that you have work, material, and cost, which are the three types of resources that we have for our project. Now, work resources are people and equipment needed to complete tasks. Now, examples of work resources include, in our case here, a resource name that we have used, such as marketing specialist. Maybe we have a programmer or an engineer for the project. And the other type of a resource is what is called a cost resource. And cost resources are financial costs that are associated with the task. We also have material resources, which are consumables used up as the project proceeds. An example is what we gave before of cement and sand in construction. So for us, a marketing specialist, or all of our resources that we are going to put here, will be grouped under work resources. If you look at these three columns, they are talking about standard pay, overtime pays, and cost per use. Now, the standard pay is the pay per hour or maybe per given period of time that the resource is going to be allocated during the normal working days and working hours. Overtime is when they work for overtime, and cost per use is cost per the number of uses the resource is going to be put to. So here, for the first resource, the marketing specialist is getting $80,000 per year, and we have 4 marketing specialists, so the maximum number here will be, which is given in percentages, will be 100% times 4, which is 400%. I'll do the same to the other resources that I have, which is a design engineer, work resource has a maximum allocation of 400 and a standard rate of 125,000 US dollar per year. The next is development engineer with an allocation of 400% and a standard rate of 110,000 US dollar per year. I have industrial engineer, and this is 400. This is 100,000 per year. And I have purchasing agent, at 200 and 25,000 per year. And the last is test rider, year 4 at 70 US dollar per hour. Now we are through with creating the resources and specifying the type of resource and the standard pay rates, which is a rate of pay for regular and overtime work performed by a resource. Now after doing that, we want us to go back to this task tab and down here activate the Gantt chart view, and we go back to our Gantt chart, and I'll show you two examples how to allocate the resources that we have created to our tasks. Now make reference to these resource assignments that I have here, and the first task is allocated to a marketing specialist. So I'll come here to market analysis and double click on that task, and then when this pops up, I'll go here to resource, and you notice there is a button here and a resource name that if you click on it, you will get a drop down of the resources that we created in the resource sheet view. So here I will select marketing specialist and assign 400 units and click OK. Now you notice that at this point it tells you marketing specialist 400%. That means we have allocated 4 marketing specialists to undertake the task of market analysis. Now the next task is assigned to one marketing analyst, which is in the task is product design. So double click, then go to resources, click here, a marketing specialist. So here the unit is 1. Again, we come back here, there are 4 design engineers. So go back and select design engineer and 400, development engineer at 200. Go back here, development engineer is here, and this is 200. industrial engineer and purchasing engineer at 100. So I'll come here, I'll do industrial engineer at 100, and the last one is a purchasing agent at 100. Then I'll click OK, and then the resources will populate then both in the Gantt chart and in this table, as you can see from this point. Let me show you. You look at this column that contains the resources, the resource names. Now that is how to set up and assign resources to tasks, and I hope for you will continue from task number 3, assign all the resources to your tasks and be able to complete the assignment. I will see you in the next lesson, and thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.